All right, how is everybody doing today? This is the Midwest Championship Series. We are in week 6, and there is a lot of Rocket League set forth ahead of you. I am Joseph the Voice, hanging out with Red Flame, and I am absolutely ecstatic to have you here. This is your debut. I am excited. If everybody doesn't know, I'm an esports coordinator, and Red Flame is actually one of my students. So to have him here and being able to work through this and give him his feet on the ground running, I'm really excited about that. How are you feeling today, Red Flame?
I'm feeling very good, pretty excited, and glad to see our matches for today.
So we're already, like I said, 6 weeks. This is week 6. So by the end of today, we are 2/3 done with the season. There's been a lot said, and there's a lot more still yet to be said. But with that being said, let's talk about our matchup set forth for today. We have the Duluth Superiors 5-4 going up against the Fargo Steelhawks 7-2. Now, Duluth Superiors are headed by Burf 40 and the new addition Sonder, which was picked up just 9 days ago on the waiver. And then Fargo Steelhawks leading the helm, Taro, Papo, and Lozzie. I'm telling you right now, I love this tag team combo of Taro and Papo. Getting Lozzie in the mix, they're a great team to watch, and I'm definitely excited that you're here to see them live here on the screen. How are you feeling about this current matchup that we have set forth here in our first series?
Feeling pretty good. It might be a close game, but I'm rooting for the Steelhawks.
Hey, and I wouldn't have said it any different myself. I'm personally thinking in a best of 5 series, if I had to choose it, I'm going to go 3-1 in favor of the Fargo Steelhawks. I do think Superiors have the capability of being able to take a game from the series, but I don't know if they'll be able to take the series from the Steelhawks. So if you had to pick for your best of 5, what do you think the scenario might play out as with the Steelhawks clearly being in your favor?
I'm thinking probably 3-2.
3-2, you're thinking a distance.
Yes, might be a little over it, but that's what I'm hoping.
All right, hey, I'm normally the one that states I want to see all the Rocket League as much as possible all the time, but today I think they're going to cut it a little short. In our second series today, as we get all these teams ready to go, it looks like we're just about ready to go in our game today. We're going to have Burnsville Inferno going up against the Des Moines Derecho. We'll get back to that here soon enough because we have Duluth Superiors taking on the Fargo Steelhawks, and it looks like we have... Oh, we're calling for a new server. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you just get into a server and it's a dead server. But we don't even need to talk about it. We're going to talk about is the excitement of this matchup happening right now. We're going to get right back in it. And we're going to see the Fargo Steelhawks, which is, like I said, Taro, Papo, and Lozzie taking on Duluth Superiors, Burr 40, and Sonder. Just waiting for the lobby to get back up at the moment. So, Red Flame, you've kind of been a little bit of a spectator throughout this season. You've seen a little bit, seen some matches here and there. Is there any particular team, maybe it's one we're seeing today, maybe it's one we're still yet to have seen, is there a particular team that stands out to you? And what team is that particularly here in the Challenger bracket?
I kind of want to say it's Inferno. They've kind of been my favorite so far this season.
Interesting. And I mean, looking at the breakdown for this week, I know Stewie was favoriting Burnsville Inferno over the Des Moines Derecho, but I'm kind of on the flip side of that one for our second series of the night. I'm looking a little bit more at potentially Des Moines Derecho taking down the Burnsville Inferno. I do think that one is going to go the distance per se, but we'll see what happens when it gets to that point. As for right now, it looks like we have everybody in and ready to go. Duluth Superiors taking on the Fargo Steelhawks. Reminder, Steelhawks 7-2. So will Duluth Superiors be able to knock them down a notch, make it a little bit closer? It's still yet to be seen. All I know is Taro and Papo are a combo you don't want to miss. Oh my goodness, somebody's coming out with the motor mouth. Come on, nobody needs to hear that right now. Well, here we go. Kickoff is afoot.
Yep, looks like it.
And Lawsy's going to take a shot near goal. Saunders going to clear it away. Taro's going to get on up and tries to set it up for Papo, but it gets stumped. Burf now sending it downfield with a big clear, and Lawsy is staying on it.
Yeah, it's gone over the goal pretty good. A little too high for any goal sorts. They're flipping all around in the air for it. And it's just staying kind of towards the middle. Just saying, it just went towards the back of blue.
As of right now, both teams pretty even at the moment. Not too much aggression coming out from either side. Both teams playing it pretty safe at the moment, but we'll see. Eventually, some team has to make a little bit more of a push. Lawsy tries to get something going there and misses. Saunders is going to leave it down for Burf, who clears it to that sidewall. Papo trying to push it back down to make a play here, but 40 is just going to drive it away.
Yep, they almost had it, but then their deflect. Now they're back in that same corner trying to get it out. Can't quite seem to get it out. But as I said, and a score by 40.
A nice shot there. The Superiors coming out swinging. Hush our mouths talking of the Steelhawks. Superiors are on top right now. 3:45 on the clock. 40 coming out swinging.
Yep, as we go to kickoff. And looks like Orange is going to win the kickoff, and it's going pretty high up. And, going towards Orange goal, but they get the clear.
Well, unfortunate placement. You got to be a little bit better at clearing it away. These lazy clears are not going to win you these games. Honestly, with that lazy leave there, it makes you wonder a little bit how Fargo Steelhawks got to 7-2 so quickly. Maybe the Superiors will be able to knock them down a notch, bring it a little bit closer. But maybe we're getting ahead of ourselves. 2-0 right now. Superiors are currently up in the game, but can they take the series?
I don't know. It's looking like they're off to a rough start so far, but it's back at Orange. They might be able to get it, but not with that clear.
Taro trying to get something set up for Papo with a quick shot. Saunders right there to slow it down. The new guy on the team trying to earn his keep. Saunders doing a great job defensively. Taro tries for the clear and misses it. The ball is just staying there. Papo grabs hold and just pushes it away. Saunders there once again to try to get a 50. Pushes it to that corner. Now Taro is up. It's driven to the other corner now. Papo tries to get a shot, and Burf clears it with the save.
Ooh, close. It's going right back towards blue. Can't seem to get it out of their half, but there's still 2.5 minutes on the clock. They might be able to get this, and close goal.
Almost thought that one was going in there. Taro's going to try to get it laid up for his teammate downfield, but they couldn't get there. Saunders up top gets met by Papo. Now it's left in the corner. 40 just trying to drive it away. Now Burf with a big boom downfield. Papo grabs hold, tries to drive it away. Met by Burf. It's nearing their goal. Back in the corner again. Saunders tries to make a play. Gets driven away by the Steelhawks.
Yep, going back in the blue section, and they're doing good at defending, but they can't quite seem to get it in Orange's goal. They've some time left on the clock. Will they be able to get 2 goals that they need?
And Steelhawks trying to get a push on goal. Papo's still there. Burf driving it away. Gets tapped down, but his teammate finds it. Now on the defensive line, Papo holding. It's 2-0 right now. 1:25 left on the clock, and Saunders with a shot just shy of the goal. Taro, nice little flick downfield. Papo grabs it. He's going to get a double tap. I don't think so. He didn't stay up for it. Must not have had enough in the tank.
Must not have. And, good clear by Blue. Getting it up. But, right back into their half. Can't quite seem to get it out. But, and there's another one.
Papo sneaks on in and grabs it from up top and pops it down. Nice setup there by Taro. 40 tries to get the clear, but it's just not quick enough for Papo.
Almost had it, but didn't quite get that clear in time. And Blue winning the kickoff. Almost in front of goal, but cleared by Toro.
All right, Burf trying to make a play, met by Papo. Both players missing on that one. Saunder slowing it down in front of goal. Lawsy trying to play it safe, but maybe a little too safe on that one. Papo trying to get it put back in front of goal. 40 drives it away. Lawsy puts it downfield.
Oh, time's almost up. 30 seconds left, and they still need 2 goals. They might be able to get it because it's back on Orange's half. But, their Orange is getting good saves.
Is there anything that you're seeing that maybe the Steelhawks could do to step it up here, to maybe push back a little bit more? 10 seconds remaining against Superiors?
Probably could do some better shooting and get better shots in, but Taro just scored again.
Right as we're talking about getting some better shots on goal, Taro finds the angle and he puts it in. The Hawks are cawing out loud right now. You can see it in the chat. They're excited. They're still in it. 3 seconds left on the clock. Looks like we are potentially going into overtime. I don't want to speak too early. And we are, in fact, going to overtime here in game 1.
There we go. As we get into overtime, we get a good kickoff by 40. And, going right back down to the center. And now it's back in Blue's corner again. And a goal.
Steelhawks bringing it home. 3-2, 10 seconds into overtime. 6 shots on goal. In comparison of 7 shots on goal. And you see the Steelhawks cawing away.
A wonderful comeback. They almost lost that one, but they got it back right in the end.
All right, so looks like we are going to get a new lobby set up. Just want to make sure these players have the ultimate lobby in place so there's no hindrances. There's no hiccups. Want to make sure everybody is feeling good right now.
Yep, we just want a nice, smooth game. Nothing wrong. Hopefully, it can go perfect.
Absolutely.
No issues and wonderful.
And if you're out there in chat right now, are you rooting for the Duluth Superiors or are you rooting for the Fargo Steelhawks right now in this series as the Steelhawks take game 1?
Personally, I'm rooting for Steelhawks. They're my favorite out of these two.
I mean, right now, I think that they might be the proverbial league leaders for a reason. They are definitely showing their prowess. They're hanging back. They're trying to find their picking points. I was a little worried there towards the end of that game, but they were able to sneak one in, get into overtime, and then capitalize very quickly. So that's the kind of stuff that you really want to look forward to when you're playing against, any team, is when your back gets put up against the wall, what can you do to break out? Are you going to mix it up? Are you going to do something that could, help your team capitalize in an opportunity? Or are you just going to let it slip away? That's what really makes it or breaks it with these teams. And as of right now, the Fargo Steelhawks are doing what they set out to do, and that is hold that line and push forward. And they are cawing themselves, hopefully, to victory.
Yep. So far, 1-0. They're getting there, but still only second match in. We could see it coming with the Superiors.
As we wait for the Duluth Superiors to hop into the lobby, once again, are you rooting for Duluth Superiors or the Fargo Steelhawks in this series? The Fargo Steelhawks 7-2 currently on the season. Duluth Superiors 5-4. And then following this series, we will be going into Burnsville Inferno, going up against the Des Moines Derechos. I mean, if you guys can't tell, I kind of like their name, so I'm kind of rooting for them a little bit. We got Mimic, Gavalanche, and Tizzy playing for the Burnsville Inferno. And for the Des Moines Derechos, we have Risser, Avamas, and Flo. And Risser is a new addition to that lineup. So we'll see, will that mix-up be enough for the Derecho to be able to capitalize and keep on pushing their way forward? Or will the Burnsville Inferno, put their day up in flames. We'll see what happens. Maybe it'll just all go up in smoke. We'll see.
Maybe.
But,
I'm kind of rooting for the Inferno, though. I'm rooting for the big, fiery Inferno.
oh, I bet you are, Red Flame. And then, like I said, right now we're looking at the Duluth Superiors going up against the Fargo Steelhawks. And the Fargo Steelhawks currently up 1 in this series. Taro and Papo putting together some nice team plays. They had less shots on goal. Were able to capitalize a little bit more. Just looking to see if they can put a little bit more pedal to the metal going here into this next one. Maybe not playing it as safe, putting a little bit more aggression. I want to see some bumps, maybe a demo or two coming out just to make sure that you're holding, making sure that you're holding it where you want. You want to make sure that field control is where you want it to be. You don't want to, even if you give it away, that's not like, oh, we're just throwing it away. You're putting it in a position where your team can still capitalize. Maybe you're wasting a little bit of time. Maybe you're just trying to add a little bit of pressure, but don't just throw the game away. And we're going to see what happens here as it looks like the teams are loading back in. It looks like everybody is just about ready to go.
Yep, we got all 6 of them in here. Now we're just got to join up in their matches.
All right, I think we are waiting on our producer at the moment. All right, so as we are waiting for that, like I said, Superiors definitely were looking really good there in game 1. They were really pushing. They were making some aggressive plays. They were making some good team plays, but in the end, it just wasn't enough to slow down the Fargo Steelhawks. And I'm wondering if they're going to come with that same tenacity, maybe a little bit more aggression coming out here in this game too. They're going to need to come out swinging a little bit more heavy-handed than the Fargo Steelhawks, just to kind of define it that we're not done, we're not out, you're not going to push us against the wall. There's still a lot of game left to be played. So everyone is in. Everyone is ready to go. I think we are good.
Yep, let's get into it. Steelhawks versus Superiors, game number 2. Still rooting for Steelhawks, but for my prediction to come true, need the Superiors to get 2 wins first.
I'll just say this, the Steelhawks are the only team in Challenger with 7 wins. Currently, they have one of the best rated defenses in their top 5 offensive team easily. They also only, allow teams to score 10 goals so far in a game this season. So that last game is almost like an anomaly. They let too many goals happen. That's not something that they normally do. So will they continue to dominate, or will that only be, with these last 3 weeks left, will that start to diminish, and will teams start to figure them out and really start to reign supreme a little bit more? Still yet to be seen, because as of right now, Fargo is leading the pack. And I actually think, who is our second rated team right now? It's actually the Rochester Rhythm, which I believe are going to be coming up later tonight. They are 6-3, along with the Brainerd Victory being 6-3 as well. So we'll see. Can the Fargo Steelhawks continue to hold the line, or will the Duluth Superiors come back swinging?
I don't know. Good kickoff by the Steelhawks. They're already in Blue's corner, but more clears by 40 than shots are on goal, and almost a goal return by 40.
Thunder going to try to pass that out. Look like it was missed by his teammate. Lawsy tries to get a good clear downfield. Pablo with a flip reset off the ceiling, trying to get back down quickly.
40 with the good clears. Kind of sets it up for him, but then clears it up and high for his teammates and Taro. It's still lying in Blue's half, and it's laying right in the middle of their goal.
40's going to go up and get a clear downfield to the sidewall. Burf's going to grab hold. Has plenty in the tank if he wants to make something happen. Pass it over to Saunders. Saunders gets a shot, and Lawsy clears it with the save. 40 with another shot on goal, and another save there by Taro. And then Lawsy just booming it, making sure that it does not come back near goal.
Yep, lots of shots right there, but still, the first one was kind of slow, and they had enough time to defend it and get back. They're really committing.
Taro trying to get it driven back downfield. Burf sets it down to Saunder, trying to get some up for 40 and gets cleared away. Now Papo's going to try to get some going. Laws getting a bump on Burf. Taro misses the opportunity there. I don't know if there was a bumper or not. It happened so quickly. Taro trying to get a shot, gets met by the defender. Now it's cleared downfield. Lawsy just pushing into the corner.
Now in Orange's corner, we see it going up the wall. Lawsy gets a good hit on it, but it's going back towards his goal, but a clear by Papo. And up again by 40.
And Papo's going to maybe stay on it, looking for a bump. Saunders going to pop it on up, tries to get a pass over to Burf. Not quite the pass they were looking for. Now Ford is trying to get something going. Taro just grabs it and clears it away.
They were bouncing it back and forth. Now back at middle, Taro's kind of bringing it into Superior's half. It's up and slow, but Lawsy gets it up, and now it's in their half, and Brief clears it.
Taro trying to get it past the 50, gets met by the defenders, right back on their defensive line, right in front of goal again. Saunder with the shot on down. Burf is there. A beautiful team play there. Saunder passing it on down to Burf, who is perfectly in position to bring it home.
Perfect shot and perfect read. Almost had that defend, but my prediction might come true with a good, strong start by the Superiors.
All right, can the Superiors hold this line? They were able to get ahead early in that last game, but they weren't able to hold it, allowing the Steelhawks to come back with just moments remaining on the clock.
Oh, as it gets centered, Taro runs up and meets Burf in the top and sends it back into Superior's quarter. Steelhawks are keeping it in their the opponent's half, and Saunder brings it back to Superior's Steelhawks corner, and it's staying there with many shots on the corner, and Saunder scores.
And the new guy on the team is making his keep right now as he brings it home. Superior's up 2-0.
Definitely making a good first appearance for Saunder. He's making a good appearance.
Definitely doing a great job, and I'm wondering if the Superiors can... Like I said, I'm pretty certain that they can take a game off the Steelhawks, but can they take the series is the question.
That's very likely. It's still second game in, and they're up by 2. It's looking pretty good so far for them.
40 tries to get the pass, misses it. Burf gets there, keeps the continuation going, tries to get a pass of his own. Met by Papo. Now Papo puts it downfield for Lawsy. Lawsy over to Taro. Taro back to Papo. Papo was a little too far up on that. It was honestly an awkward pass altogether. If they could have got the continuation, that would have been a beautiful play altogether. Lawsy now trying to get it downfield, gets met by the defender. Papo puts it near the sidewall. And now Burf is there, going to try to get something past in front of goal. 40 is there, barely misses it. Saunders now there, and it gets defended and pushed high of the goal.
With Toro pushing it back towards Superior's goal. Burf counters it and cuts it back, but then it's cleared, and Toro shoots and, nearly misses with a good clear.
Taro almost had a really nice shot there. Beautiful setup, but unfortunately wasn't able to bring it home. Now it's Papo's turn. And Papo
gets it.
Blitz the seam on that one. Beautiful shot. "29 seconds remaining. Superior's up 2-1. Can they bring it home? I am looking forward to a victory here on the Superior side.
Yeah, it's 30 seconds, and it's 2-1. It's still possible for them to get it back and bring it to overtime, but can they do it now in 15 seconds with the clears that 40 is getting?
Arrow put in front of goal. Lawsy is up, but Saunder with the boom downfield. As time looks to expire, Burf making sure that there's no opportunity.
Kind of in front of their goal, and down it goes. Superiors take the win.
Yes, they do. 1-1 in this series. Superiors coming back on that one. doing a great job not allowing the Steelhawks to come back. It was the same exact score that we saw moments before the end of game one, where the Steelhawks brought it to a tie and then won it with 10 seconds into overtime. So we're seeing a very similar style of play, a very similar stat line from the Superiors. They had many more shots on goal. However, they had 10 shots on goal. Last game, they only had 7. In this game, Steelhawks only had 2 shots on goal. In last game, they had 6. So we saw Steelhawks slow down a little bit. We saw Superiors pick it up a little bit. Now can they find that middle line, or will the Superiors continue to push themselves ahead?
Well, let's take a look. Going into the third game, tied 1-1. Looking pretty good. Tied, basically a fresh start. Let's see, 40 with the good kickoff, and Losley with the turn, with Burf getting it towards the center and centered up towards the wall. Popo gets it towards Blue's goal.
Losley tries to get a hit on it, misses it, however. Now 40 pushing near that sidewall. You're seeing a little bit more aggression coming off from the Superior side. Once again, they are trying to stay hot-handed to start out this series.
Yep, 40 keeping it on the Steelhawks side, and Burf also assisting. Losley trying hard to get it on the Superior side, but seeming really hard for them now. With 40 and Burf, they're keeping it really tight on their side.
And right now, we're definitely seeing the Superiors trying to get the ball staying on the Steelhawks defensive end, and they're just trying to drive it home, but they're not able to hold it as Taro tries to set it down, but just kind of puts it in the corner. Sonder grabs it, pushes it out of there, and now 40 is trying to get something set up for his team. Burf now keeping it.
Good defending by both teams, keeping it nice and far away from their goal, but almost 2 minutes in, it's no goal, no scores, and good shots.
Well, if by good shots we mean one shot, that is true. We're definitely seeing both teams kind of holding each other a little bit more towards the 50 right now. And we'll see which team can break through, because eventually something's got to give. It's a proven fact.
Oh, and almost right there, but good defending by Orange, and 40 comes from nowhere and gets the goal.
Now let's take a look at what happened there. The Steelhawks, you had 3 defenders in place, and not one was able to stop 40 on that one, as now the Superiors are pushing back on the Steelhawks. Although they might have taken game 1 and pushed into overtime, as of right now, it has been the Superiors' game since.
Yep. Now we can see the Steelhawks trying to get their goal back, because they know it's tied and they know they want to keep it either tied or ahead. They don't want to give up too much in these games.
Sonder just going to get it put in front of goal. I don't think his teammate was expecting that. That was an awkward miss there by the Steelhawks. Demo by 40, trying to thin out the field a little bit so they can get a breakthrough for the Superiors.
Sonder misses the top. Papo coming up with a dribble by Taro, and it gets stolen by Burf and sent all the way back to Steelhawks corner.
2:15 on the clock. 1-1. Superiors are up, and they are still holding that defensive line. Burf with a big clear downfield. Tries to get the double tap set up, and there it is. It was awkward. Not quite a double tap we were expecting, but was able to get right back on the ball, find the angle, and bring it home. I thought he was going to try to go up on it. Instead, he stayed down, shot it from the right angle, and was able to capitalize. Barely getting it past the defenders, but sometimes those lazy hits are just enough. When the defenders are anticipating a hot shot on goal, sometimes that slow one is just what you need. And the Superiors are right back on top, and they are holding it 2-0 right now here in game 2. Or game 3, my apologies.
Almost a score by Taro, but it's cleared out by 40. And now it's staying in Steelhawks area. But Toro is trying to bring it back, but can't quite seem to do it. Sonder almost gets the goal, and then Losley gets it cleared and then demoed by Burf.
The Superiors have been able to score 2 goals every single game thus far. Steelhawks able to score 3 in that first series. But because they've been able to score 2 and kind of just like hold the line a little bit, they've been a much
And
more
there's
comfortable
another one by
position.
40. Let's go.
But because of that reason, they've been in a much more comfortable position. That third goal only solidifying the comfort a little bit more as the Steelhawks are now falling behind pretty rapidly here in game 3.
Yep, they had the lead to start off, but then they kind of got too confident. Now they're kind of losing 3-0 in third game, 1-1.
Arrow tries to get it set down in front of goal, but 40 finds it, driving away, gets a nice double tap on the sidewall to drive it downfield even further. However, Taro tries to get something going now, but 40 is there once again. 40 has been doing a great job here for the Superiors today. Definitely
Wonderful
a standout. Definitely a standout today.
Yep. As we see, 40 and Burf are doing a lot. They're keeping it up, and Sonder with a great appearance too. But Taro will not let that stay in his section. He's going to try to get it back into Superior, and almost a goal by Papu, but cleared by Burf.
Yeah, I haven't been seeing as much of that tandem Papo-Taro duo happening here since game 1. Superior's been able to do a great job. As of right now, they have 7 shots on goal. So they've been steadily shooting 6, 7, 8 shots on goal. They've been putting at least 2 goals at the back of net. And they are continuing to just drive forward as they are looking like the superior team in this matchup right now.
Yep, looking pretty good for Superiors now. 2-0, and they're going into the 4th game. They're getting really good. The Steelhawks are going to start to try harder now, but Superiors might also be overconfident, kind of almost what happened with the Steelhawks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to bring it back here just a little bit. And we're just going to remind you guys that going into this matchup, the Fargo Steelhawks were, in fact, 7-2. And as of right now, Duluth Superiors are looking a little bit hotter right now. Can they continue to hold that line, or will they be able to get stomped down by the Steelhawks? Will they get hawk-eyed and will they get taken out, or will they stand superior above them all?
Well, let's see. Going into game 4, up 2-1. Let's see how this kickoff goes. Now, Steelhawks play the game.
I'm just gonna say this right now. I don't want to say that this is the reason, but I'm telling you that motor mouth might be the reason why the Steelhawks are losing.
Oh, then if you wanted the Superiors to win, keep that motor mouth up. But still, I wouldn't, because for my prediction, they need to win 2 more.
In fact, they do, and it looks like neither of our predictions are going to be correct. If the Superiors can take it home, I mean, I would have called the right game line, but not, unfortunately, the right pick. So I'm going, like I said, 3-1 in this series, but was not expecting the Superiors to be the one on top right now as they're continuing.
Toro going up with the shots, but Burf clears it well. Burf and 40 have had good clear games. Sonder with the good shots. Taro trying to get that out of his area. It has to going back and forth. Finally gets a hold of it and is sending it over, but Sonder clears it and Papo kindly gets it back and send it back into the corner.
Lozzie is there, gets met by 40. And it's a stale hit that just drops on down. Papo trying to get something set up now. Lozzie is there, but Sonder gets it cleared away. As Papo is still grabbing it, pushing out towards midfield. Taro is there, gets a shot on goal. 40 once again with the save.
Yep, now 40's bringing it kind of centered. Ooh, Papo steals it from 40 and shoots it to the top right corner.
Cock sealed and delivered Papa waiting back, finding the mark and making it happen. Top corner. And the
As you would say.
The Steelhawks are actually up for the first time to lead this series, I believe, in the game. Because I don't believe they went up first in game one. If I'm correct, the Superiors, I believe, scored first, and then the Steelhawks had to make their way back. But I could be wrong. I apologize if I am wrong on that. However,
I do not believe you are.
However, the Steelhawks are now up for the first time.
And again by Toro. The Hawks are bringing it back.
They're definitely starting to string it together a little bit better here in this one. As you're seeing that Taro-Papo combo going off.
Probably one of the better duos of this season and series. But, ooh, almost gets kickoff goal, but saved by 40. Now trying to bring it back with Sonder. And almost in, but that's a weird bounce off the wall.
Burf just kind of waiting around in the corner, seeing if he can find a picking opportunity. However, was not able to. Sonder gets met up top there. The ball is just kind of floating around. It's just staying up in the air.
Now, staying kind of in the middle. 40 and Losley doing a lot. 40 goes up for it, gets it, but Losley kind of steals it, and Toro hits it towards center. Centers it for Burf, but can't quite seem to get it low enough. And now Saunders trying, but gets deflected by his own teammate.
40 tries to get some set up for Saunders. Saunders puts it high, and Taro clears it away. Now Papa trying to get something going here, trying to get them a little bit more comfort there.
And a score by Losley. The Hawks are bringing it back, want to gain their lead back, trying not to lose too much.
Losley in the perfect spot at the perfect time to keep on moving forward here for the Steelhawks. They now have a team hat trick. Every player has scored. And it seems like they're starting to get the rhythm going, and they're starting to feel it a little bit more.
Yep, but Taro tries to get it out, but 40 gives up a good fight and ends up shooting it back towards the Hawks' corner. But going towards center, Papa is giving it right into the corner, centers it, but gets demoed, and it goes right out in front of the goal and passes right across it. Thrown centered, Sonder puts it up, but Papau gets the clear, and then Burf gets it into the corner and tries to set it up for 40, but misses.
A minute 20 left on the clock. Can the Superiors start to push back a little bit more? Has this game gotten away from them? And are we moving to game 5 in this best-of-5 series?
We might be, but shots by 40 are just inaccurate, but defense by Toro is even better. And Papa kind of getting it out of there too. Tries to get it out, but 40 shoots it right back into that corner and gets up and defends another clear. Then centers it for Sonder, but Sonder can't quite get it into goal.
40 is just staying so aggressive right now, trying to breathe some life into the Superiors and get something going. You can just see by how aggressive they were pushing there that they really just want to get something going here before this game ends, so it's not lossless. And
then
Burf
coming in, flying, hits it right into the top corner.
A beautiful setup there, and Burf brings it home, and now they are one step closer with 24 seconds left. Can they bring it back, and can we see overtime, or will it hit 0 and we'll be going into game 5?
Oh no, but with 20 seconds left, it's gone right for blue side right away, right towards the Superiors. But then Burf quickly gets it back, and low, and it's a score by Losley following it up.
That is, in fact, a momentum killer. Just when you thought you were getting a little bit more in your tank, you're feeling a little bit more comfortable getting ready for game 5. Steelhawks pick it and just bomb it downfield. It's like your brother when he gets mad at you, he grabs your 20, throws it across the room. That's what it felt like right there.
Kind of, but Coming in the last couple seconds, they need 3 goals, and it can't quite stay up and lands in the corner of blue. Steelhawks take home Game 4, and we're going into Game 5.
Game 5 indeed, so it's looking a little bit more like your prediction, but will it fall in your favor? Will the Superiors turn it around? They had, 9 shots on goal, as well as the Steelhawks also having 9 shots on goal. However, Steelhawks just continued to rain home with their goals. They were a little bit more on point with their shots, and they were able to capitalize when it mattered.
Yep. Well, going into Game 5, let's hope that they can kind of catch up, but let's see. Steelhawks were doing really good in that last match, and if they keep this up, they might take back this first series.
Absolutely, and if anybody watching does not know, whether you win 1 game or 2 games or 3 games, the only one that matters is who wins the series. They take home all of the points. There's no pity points for winning a match. You either win it or you don't. That's how it breaks down. And it's really shown this year that these teams are coming to compete, and it's really made the standings play out a lot differently. So we'll see. Will it be the Duluth Superiors, Burf, 40, and Sonder, or will it be the Fargo Steelhawks, Taro, Papo, and Lawsy?
Let's see. Going into the kickoff, we get Taro nearly with a kickoff goal, but sent right back up by Burf. Now kind of sitting on Steelhawks' side, Taro almost gets the clear, gets it right over Burf and Sonder. Almost in the goal, but it goes too high and gets bounced back.
Arrow pushing it into the corner, trying to get something going. Not much in the tank, but he leaves it in front. Gets kicked away. Papa with another opportunity. Gets kicked away once again. Is there 2 or 3 Burfs on the field? My goodness. Burf is a little bit of everywhere on that defensive line.
Now we're getting demos by Papa. Goes right back towards their side, and it's a goal. Looks like some really good karma and payback for that demo that Papa did.
I swear we just stepped into the Matrix. Burf split into 2 there. One took out Papo, the other one made the goal. There had to be 2 Burfs for that to capitalize. My goodness, what is happening out here with the Superiors? They are looking spicy.
Yep, going into Game 5, they really got that energy. They're really trying to get this series. And nearly a kickoff goal by Clausley, but sent right back into Papa, which gets it up right to 40, which centers it for Burr. Top right corner, scored by Burr.
Hey, I don't know if I need to be one to tell you guys or not, Steelhawks, but Burr ate his Wheaties this morning, and he just woke up. So if that doesn't tell you what's happening out there on the field, there it is.
I guess that early morning energy for him. Wake up early, got all that energy, kind of want to get it out.
Oh, Lawsy missing that one there. Papo going to try to get a flick. Gets it past one over to Lawsy.
Lawsy with the top left corner. Let's go.
Steelhawks bringing it back within 3:48. We got a ball game.
Yep, still. Superior's up by 1, but 3:45 left. They can still... Steelhawks can still take this back. Centered by kickoff. Burf gets it over just above goal. Papau clears at the corner, and 40 shoots it again up above goal, but cleared by Papau and brings it right back towards blue side.
Oh, both a light touch there. Burf jumping all over that one. Arrow trying to get it away, but right now the Superiors are just staying aggressive defensively.
Yep.
Very assertive.
With barely any boost because it was stolen by Papau, I believe. He has to drive to get some more, but gets more and gets it right into that corner, right where he wants it, but then it gets cleared again by Taro.
Hop over to Lawsy. Lawsy over to Taro. Burf is getting in the mix himself, trying to just slow down the Steelhawks from scoring.
Looks like 40 is going to try to clear it, but Losley centers it and still heads towards his side. Carroll up again towards the goal, but Sonder gets a good touch and saves it. Losley again clearing it, but 40 comes in and nearly scores, but Papao is right there. Carroll shoots it up above goal, so Burf couldn't get it, and now it's getting sent back by Losley. Then 40 comes back and hits it right towards Terrell.
Burf up once again with the defend, pushes it over to Sonder. Papo's there trying to push it right back in front of goal. Now Lozzie is there setting up Terrell. However, Burf once again holding that defensive line and really trying to make sure the Steelhawks cannot break through.
We only need one goal for the Steelhawks, but Burf isn't ready to give it to them. Terrell, Papao, still, we're not seeing much of that duo again. They need to start working together, but Terrell and Papao, they're both getting good defense, but they're not working together to get that goal much.
With 1:40 on the clock, will it be the Steelhawks? Will it be the Superiors? Currently up 2-1. It is a ball game. Nonetheless, we are in game 5, point match. Who will be our winner? Terrell with the bump, but not enough for Papo to put it on goal.
Now Burf sending it back to Steelhawks corner. Then 40 coming back. Can't quite get it, and Losley sends it to the corner. Almost gets the shot, but Sonder gets it centered and might be able to get a goal for Superior.
And Burf with the hat trick. Not the goal you really want to see, really lazily rolling downfield. But if you're Superiors, that's exactly what you want to see. You want to see a comforting little spread right now between you and those defenders. And right now they are up by 2.
Oh, now right off kickoff, it's hit right towards Papao on his side. Oh, kind of messing near goal. Can't quite seem to get shots, and Sonder and Burf are both trying to get it out, but Burf is the one that gets it almost in goal, but Carroll sends it out towards corner.
Arrow trying to slow down Sonder. They know that there's no time left to mess around. They need to capitalize or it's over. Like I said, it's all or nothing. You get no points if you cannot win the series. And the Superiors, I'm almost certain that they have this one in the bag.
I'm kind of feeling like it too. Looks like my prediction's going to be wrong with another goal by 40. 30 seconds left and 3 goals. They might be able to do it, but not looking so good. When 40 gets it kicked off right towards the corner, right towards Papano.
So Red Flame, we both had our favor leaning towards the Steelhawks. However, the Superiors are looking to be the ones that are coming out on top. It just goes to show that any team on any given day can just put their best foot forward, or should I say their best tire forward?
I
really
would
just make it
personally go with wheel, because wheel is a much easier word for this.
Their best wheel forward. There we go. And it looks like the Superiors coming out on top. Quite the series. And honestly, even though 40 was holding out and holding on for a good majority of that series, I personally want to give my tip of the hat to Burf there in game 5. Really capitalizing and making sure to take it home when it mattered most. Burf also doing a great job adding in the mix throughout the series, but I'm definitely going to give my tip of the hat and my MVP of the day for game or series 1 to Burf. And with that being said, we are going to be getting ready for the Burnsville Inferno going up against the Des Moines Derecho. So if you're here and you want to see Mimic, Avalanche, and Tizzy for the Burnsville Inferno, or you want to see Risser, Avamas, or Flo for the Des Moines Derecho, you're going to want to be right back after this break. Hang tight.
Somehow I keep running back to you, back to you, back to thing still remains on my mind. I know that you'd be bad from the minute I saw you, but somehow I keep running, running back to you, back to you. I know that you'd be bad, bad, bad. I know that you'd be bad, bad, bad. I know that you'd be bad, bad, bad. I know that you'd be bad.
They say that life's too short to be holding this tight. So why am I walking light? And in this world of light and color, I'm not afraid of the night. When this future's so bright, that I got all these friends and we're like, it's not the end. Whoa, this new world is ours. This new world is ours, and all these friends, and we're like, it's not the end. Whoa, this new world is ours. This new world is ours. This new world is ours. They say the life's too short, and I can feel in my bones. The horizon is close now, now, now. And the world's been changing lately, but after the storm, we come out strong now, now. And I got all these friends, and we're like, it's not the end. Whoa, this new world is ours. This new world is ours, and all these friends, and we're like, it's not the end. Whoa, this new world is ours. This new world is ours.
What's up, Twitch chat, and welcome back to Midwestern Car Soccer. We're on up to match with Burnsville Inferno and Demones Derecho. I'm here, I am Red Flame with JTV. How are you doing today?
Oh, I am doing good. I'm excited for this next series that we have set forth. I did hear that we had a sub, so I'm just going to bring that up real quick. I heard that Tizzy is actually going to be subbed out today in favor of Checker. So we'll see how that affects the Burnsville Inferno going forward. But if you could just do us a favor and break down both of these teams, both Burnsville and Des Moines, what are the players that we're looking at in this series?
Yeah, so for Burnsville Inferno, we have Mimic, Gavalanche, and our sub, Checkers. And for our other team, Demones Derecho, we have Rizzer, Ambimas, and Flo for our challengers.
So based off of that last series, was there anything in particular that you saw that stood out or that maybe tilted things in a certain direction between the Duluth Superiors and the Fargo Steelhawks?
Yeah, I noticed that there was only like one or two demos between the whole series, and they weren't really getting rid of each other that much. They kept a nice level 3-3.
Absolutely. And going into this next series, is there anything, I know, like I said, I know you're rooting for the Burnsville Inferno. Are you still feeling that way knowing that they subbed out Tizzy?
I know, because I remember a couple weeks ago we had that good sub round where those subs were getting those good goal shots, kickoff shots.
Absolutely. We'll see if they can do the same. As you said, we have Burnsville Inferno, Mimic, Avalanche, and Tizzy subbed out for Checker going up against Des Moines Derechos, which is Rizzer, Avamas, and Flo. So it looks like we are still waiting for some of the players to show up. But while we do, if you're out there in chat, if you're out there in Twitch right now, are you rooting for the Burnsville Inferno? Are you hoping that they heat it up and that the opponents go up in smoke? Or are you rooting for the Des Moines Derecho? It's so hard not to say their name with such excitement. It's just such an interesting name. But who are we rooting for? Let's tilt the scale in one direction or the other. I know I personally am voting for the Des Moines Derechos, and I'm expecting it to go the distance. We're going to see 3-2 in favor of the Des Moines Derecho. How are you feeling about that, Red Flame?
I'm feeling kind of good, but I'm still wishing for that Inferno to win. They deserve this win. They're down by 1 point to them in the series score. I'm looking for them to get a good odd 3-1.
Well, let's just say that Avamas is a really good sport. He's rooting for the Inferno to win in this one. So, we'll see if that's a pretty bold strategy coming into this one. We'll see how it pays off for him. But as they have time to really bring it in and consider what is ahead right now, like I said, Burnsville Inferno, I'm still feeling that they could still potentially, go the distance. I might have to change it, honestly. It might be a 3-1. I'm going to switch it to a 3-1. I don't normally change my prediction. We're going to go 3-1 in favor of the Des Moines Derecho because I've seen what they've done when they're hammering on all cylinders, and I'm feeling pretty confident today. So with there being now, like I said, once today ends, we are 2/3 done with this season. As it stands currently in Challenger, our first place team is the Rochester Rhythm, followed by the Fargo Steelhawks, which unfortunately taking those losses will put you in that position. The Bemidji Lumberjacks in third, Duluth Superiors rising up a little bit further into fourth, and the Green Bay Knights in fifth. But right now we have the Burnsville Inferno taking on the Des Moines Derechos.
Yep. Now let's see with the good kickoff. We see that. Oh God. Yes.
Yes, indeed. as Checker puts it near the sidewall. We'll see how they fold into the gameplay today. As a sub, normally they don't get as many reps with this team, so we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, but you never know. Sometimes subs can be good. As we see, Checker isn't doing anything bad right now. He's kind of helping out with the clearing.
Definitely getting involved early in this one. Checker not playing a back seat. Avalanche putting it downfield. Risser grabs it up now. Now Mimic is there trying to push it right back. It's like a game of ping pong at the 50 right now. Checker getting in the face of the defender. And Gavalanche is going to bring it on in for the goal. Mimic passing it over to Gavalanche. And Gavalanche putting it in. A nice, simple play for the Burnsville Inferno. And Red Flame, it's looking good for you right now.
Yep. Well, let's see. Let's see. Hopefully the Inferno can heat up some more, get burning hot, so that maybe it can melt the derechos. Turn them into molten derecho. But let's see. Mimic getting it good. Sending it down towards goal, but Obvious hitting it up towards Flow, but can't quite seem to clear it to the other side.
Checker tried to get a shot on goal, unable to capitalize. Gavalanche trying to get a shot now on goal, misses. Maybe putting it right back near goal, and Flo just drives it away, flicking it towards the sidewall and getting a demo to go along with it.
Yep, as Rizzer sends it up towards the Burnt Inferno's goal, we see that he gets it cleared from him, but it goes right back and is sent into the goal.
And Flo gets right back on the other side of the field ever so quickly and brings it home. And it's now 1-1, 3:12 on the clock here in game one. And just a reminder, everybody, I am Joseph the Voice hanging out with Red Flame. This is his first ever debut here on Midwest Championship Series. And it's also his first time ever actually casting on a professional or semi-professional level. So proud of you and tip of the hat to you for the hard work you're putting in.
Thank you very much, JTV. Now, as we come into this game, Riser is bringing it up towards center, and Flo almost gets it, but it gets cleared back, and Riser is going right for it and gets it up and centered to Obvious, but Mimic clears it almost over goal, kind of on that crossbar. Obvious keeping it on Blue Inferno's side. Riser kind of helping out, but Gavalanche gets it clear and then a pinch by Flo to send it flying.
All right, and the ball just cleared downfield. Risser's going to put it back up. Avamos tries to get the shot on it, but cannot get there. Flo shoots it across, barely missing, but gets right back on it. And Flo now has 2 goals of his own, and the flow is in his favor.
Yup, looks like the Loreto is catching back up. Now taking the lead from Inferno. Let's see how this kickoff goes, and it goes in favor for Checkers.
And Mimic trying to put it down in front of goal. Avamos clears it away. Risser puts it across. Flo putting it downfield. Flo puts it off the corner. Avamos is there, however, shoots it wide.
Yep, now Riser coming back, tries to get it. Flo jumps in, but Gavalanche gets the clear, sends it up and flying to Mimic, which sends it right into Riser, which shoots it in the corner. Getting center, Obvious steals it and sends it to Inferno's side. Gets it over goal, but Gavalanche bumps him to get the clear.
And Rizzer there once again. Avamos pushing into the corner. Flo gets a shot on goal, and Flo with the hat trick.
Yep, looks like my prediction is going to turn upside down for me. Looks like De La Richa is coming back and stealing the lead.
And right now, the Derechos are looking like they are going to potentially hold on to things here in game one as they get another shot on goal, trying to get a little bit more in the tank to hold on. Flo is there. And
clear.
Flo with another one. Not one,
Cool.
not two, not three, but four for Flo. Last time I heard Flo's name this much, it was in that car insurance commercial.
Wow.
And Rizzer tries to get a shot on goal, however, Mimic clears it away.
Flo coming in, but gets it cleared. Riser goes in, and then Gavalanche clears it to Checkers, and Flo steals it from him. Gavalanche quickly shoots it back. Obvious tries to get it. Checkers bumps him, centers it, but Riser takes it to the corner, sends it up, and then Mimic steals it, hits it back, but Obvious is there to get it back, and then, ooh, good pass by Mimic to see Checkers, but then Riser is there to send it back. Mimic takes it all the way back to his goal, gets he demos Flo, and now Gavalanche clears it back to Derecho's side.
Risser once again just keeping it steadily flowing onto the Burnsville side. Burnsville trying to get it away, but with time looking to expire, that's all she wrote here in game one as the Derechos take it. And can they continue to ride that hot hand? Will Avamas, Flo, and Risser continue to push it forward? Or will Gavalanche, Mimic, and Checker for Burnsville find a way to come back?
Oh, looks like your prediction might come true, JTV. My prediction may have turned it over for me.
Yeah, right now I don't even know if my prediction's going to be, holding steady as well. If the Derecho can continue to put the pedal to the metal like they are currently here in game one, they were able to push themselves far ahead of the defenders, and they continue to hold on and hold out. But I feel that the Burnsville will come out with a little trickery of their own. Let's see if they can bring a little bit of spice into this one. All right, Flo and Checker taking the kickoff. Risser right there, getting a bump to start it out.
As we see it go into Inferno's side, Mimic jumps up to clear it, but ooh, Flo demos Avalanche, and now it's coming right back to Inferno's side, and Flo gets a quick goal to start the game.
I'm just going to say it, and I'm going to say it once. You have to stop, Flo! My goodness, this guy is making plays right now for his team. And a clear standalone for MVP already here. And we're only in game two if they continue at this level of play.
Yep, we might not even make it to a game four if Flo keeps this up. But you never know. He might lose some momentum. He might lose confidence. He might be overconfident. But now we see Checkers keeping it in Derecha's corner, but Risser gets to clear to Mimic.
I mean, it's hard to think that you can't keep the flow going when you got all that Riz on your side.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, and Checker coming in, the sub finding a way to bring it back. It's 1-1, 4:02 on the clock. Good shot there, Checker. Avamas wins the kickoff, going to try to set it up for his teammate.
Looks like he's setting it right in front of goal. Flo brings it up towards top. Mimic demos Flo. Might be a good play, but Rizzer gets the clear and keeps it on Inferno's side. The Avalanche trying to get it out. Gets interrupted by Rizzer. And then Checkers goes up and tries to get it. But now we see Obvious getting it. Gets cleared by Riser, sent up right to Mimic, and starts going right towards the Derecha's side.
Low with an awkward clear. Checker tries to get a shot back down, but it's slowed down by the Derecho. Once again, Burnsville trying to get some setup in front of goal, but it's not enough. For anybody just tuning in, this is the Midwest Championship Series, Week 6, and we are in Game 2 of this best-of-5 between the Burnsville Inferno and the Des Moines Derecho, currently up 1-0 against the Burnsville Inferno.
Yep, we're going into this game. We can see that they're pretty tied, but Derecho already has a win game. This is currently second game, and now we can see Inferno really wants to get a goal. They really want to get that lead, but Risser and Envious and Flo aren't letting that happen.
Flo going to try to put it up. Avamas trying to get up there, but Mimic separates it and clears it away. Checker trying to get something put downfield. Flo is there to slow it down. Now Gavlin trying to get a shot on goal, puts it in front. Checker is there, but misses the opportunity. Would have been a great chance for Checker to really put his team on top there.
Now that we can see Mimic gets it over Flo, but right towards Rizzer, who sends it back to Checker, hits it up, tries to get it low. Rizzer misses the clear, and Flo with the backup gets it up right to Mimic. Then Rizzer gets it on Inferno side, gets cleared, now going towards Derecho side. Obvious, misses. Checker hits it, but not into goal. Now Flo coming away to get it cleared, and we see Gavalanche goes up for it, but Rizzer gets there first, sends it to Mimic, which sends it to Gavalanche, which misses the goal.
Even though Burnsville are getting a lot of shots on goal right now, they're looking very sloppy on that offensive side. We'll see if the Derecho can see that and be able to find a pick point and capitalize, or will Burnsville finally be able to push through? Because if you keep on throwing stones at a wall, eventually it's going to start to break down. And that's exactly what Burnsville is doing, is they're finding ways to break down the Derecho and try to keep themselves in this game and try to push themselves ahead.
And just like we see, Gavalanche tries to get it up, but Flo's right there. Risser gets a good clear over Checkers, but Checkers catches it right into one of the Derechos, and then Gavalanche sends it over, but Checkers gets it. Gavalanche gets it again. Risser clears it to Mimic, which keeps it centered.
Flo meeting at that 50 with Checker, just trying to hold it steady, not giving much room for Burnsville right now. It's looking like a potential overtime here in Game 2. As I say that, Avamas finds it, in the Derecho are up by 1 with 10 seconds remaining here in Game 2.
Looking pretty good. 10 seconds left. I think the Derechos might take Game 2 as well, but 10 seconds, it's still possible for them to get a goal as the kickoff leans in their favor, but Amias gets the clear, and scored by Mimic to tie it with 3 seconds left.
2-2, 3 seconds remaining. Will the Burnsville find a way to bring it back here in Game 2 and tie it 1-1 in the series?
Looks like Mimic's gonna take the kickoff. 1 second left. Flo tries to get it up into goal. Gavalanche steals it away. Risser takes it up, keeps it up, but Gavalanche hits it out of him, and looks like it's starting overtime.
Overtime here in Game 2 of this series. Burnsville able to sneak one in and bring it back. But what will happen now as Mimic is putting it in front of goal, almost with the double tap?
Now we see it going towards Obvious. Obvious backs up to get boost, as now that it's in Inferno's half. Mimic hits it up towards goal, barely misses, almost with the double tap, getting cleared, and now Flo clears it with Obvious trying to get it from Mimic. Mimic gets it first, now Flo clears it, Riser goes up to get it, then Checkers goes up to send it back into that corner, which Flo and Gavalanche fight for it.
Flo is going to get a flick downfield. Checkers there to slow it down. However, Risser is now there keeping it going. Risser leaves it in front of goal, gets cleared away by the defender. A nice demo there by Gavlash is going to continue. Can he get it on goal? Beautiful shot, and it's cleared away by Avamas.
Very close shot, almost in goal, just barely hit crossbar, but now we see Mimic missing a shot with Checkers returning it, but getting cleared by Risser, Gavalanche catching it, Avamas getting it from him, Mimic pinching it off the wall, and that's going to be a goal for game 2 going towards Inferno.
Right place at the right time. Mimic found that one in the corner and was able to get it just past Flo to bring Burnsville back 1-1 in this series.
Still up for our predictions. Still got one on each side, but it's gonna be a very close game for these two.
Absolutely, as Burnsville had 13 shots on goal, whereas Derecho only had 5 shots on goal. Burnsville definitely finding a way to hammer it home and find it there in overtime. And it is exciting if you're Burnsville right now, because just when you thought your back might have been up against the wall, you're feeling a little nervous, you're right back in it. And Checker's doing a great job holding it together for Burnsville and playing their key part as the sub today.
And as I said, we're seeing a lot more demos in this game. Like, we see the sub coming in. When subs come in, stuff changes a lot. As you can see, the sub is doing very good. Checkers is doing really good, but now there are a lot more demos than the Superior Steelhawk game.
All right, as we get ready for game 3, who do you have? Do you have the Burnsville Inferno or that Des Moines Derecho? Who do you have here in this series? Right now, it's 1-1 tied in this best of 5.
Yep, we see it staying right on Derecho's side, but ooh, it gets clear. Ambias goes up for it, gets it over, and now it's on Inferno's side. Risser hitting it into the wall, and Flo almost there to back it up, but not right in the right spot. Hits it up into the other corner, gets it there, but Mimic clears it to Ambias, which kicks it up, and Risser nearly gets in goal, but misses. Gavalanche clearing it, Flo steals it, sends it right up into the Inferno's half.
So following this series between the Burnsville Inferno and the Des Moines Derecho, it will be the Brainerd victory going up against the Bloomington Maulers. And it will actually be Etro and Ari taking on the casting for that one. But I'm just excited to be here right now for this series, as both of these teams are starting to figure each other out a little bit more. But who will come out on top? That's the big question. Will Checker continue to play that wild card role, is what I like to call it, as the sub, because you never know what you're going to get, but you could get a lot of good, you could get a lot of bad. It's just whatever happens on that given day. But so far this season, seems like there's been a lot more good coming out from the subs, and that these franchises are really finding key component players that can fit into their systems.
Yep, and as we go back into the game, we see that it is now on Inferno's side, but Mimic tries to get the clear, doesn't quite hit it right. Rizzer hits it down to Checkers, which gets almost stolen by Obvious, gets hit back in the Dutch's side, but Flo comes back and saves it right into the corner where Gavalanche is lying. Now we see that they're still messing around in Inferno's corners. Amias comes in, keeps it in that corner, not quite letting it out yet. Checkers trying to get it out. Rizzer keeping it up in the air for Gavalanche to hit it out. Centers it right to Mimic, which hits it almost right after Obvious gets it almost, but Flo clears it. Now Checkers hitting it up again. The Gavalanche steals it from Obvious. Flo gets it out of the goal. Now we see Mimic sending it right to Rizzer, which hits it into Derecha's corner.
It's crazy to think that we're already 3 minutes into this game and so little has happened thus far. especially with both these last games. There's just been so much tenacity right out the gate. Avalanche trying to get something going. Mimic with a beautiful demo, however, not enough as Flow clears it away.
Will we see a 0-0 overtime? That's what I'm wondering. Right now, it's looking like it. 1:45 left and lots of demos on the field. But Avia scores it to settle the score 1-0 with 1 minute and 40 seconds left.
Flow's starting to play a little bit different role here going into game 3. A little bit more of a bully on the field as you saw them getting 2 key demos there to open up the opportunity for the Derecho to bring it home and go up 1-0. And Avamos with another goal.
With a good kickoff goal, almost like what happened last time, but last time we got way more in a row than this. Now that we're seeing Derecho get into the groove again from being broken, it looks like they're getting rebuilt into a stronger wall.
Hey, if the levee breaks, you gotta rebuild it. And even though the flood may happen, you gotta find a way to get it together, slow down the flow, and get it back in rhythm. And that's exactly what the Derecho are doing. And I think it's funny because I say slow down the flow, but that's actually exactly what Flow has been doing here in game 3, slowing it down a little bit more, playing that defensive, antagonist a little bit more here, and allowing Avamos and Risser to get a little bit more involved. But everybody on the Derechos is doing something right now to give them the key edge.
Yeah, but now that we go back, we see that Avamos and Gavalanche are fighting over it, but gets cleared. Flow gets it into the goal. Looks like Flow's first goal for this game.
And Derechos are looking just like they did in game 1 here in game 3. They're really starting to put it together. They're starting to jump ahead. They're holding where they need to, and they're making the shots where they need to. Now they're up 3-0, and they're about to go up 2-1 in this series.
Yep, and as we watch the game, we see that Mimic gets it right before Flow, which is kind of good. Now we see Avios trying to get it back, gets it back a little, but it looks like Avalanche is going to clear it up in center, but gets a weird flop aerial and sends it right to Obvious. Now, he sends it into Mimic, which gets it up and almost towards goal, but Risser steals it and sends it right to Checkers, which gets it up, but not quite out.
It's not looking like there's going to be many confidence boosters here, and as I say that, put my foot in my mouth, instant caster curse, as Gavalanche takes it, turns it around, and brings it home to get a little bit more in the Burnsville tank before they jump into game 4.
As we finish game 3, we're going to see time is up already, and it falls to the floor for the Dereches to win.
And once again, the Derechos are looking quite mighty here in game 3, but will they be able to take it home in game 4, or will Burnsville push it to the notorious game 5? But I want to see it, but I'm feeling that the Derecho are going to really just take it home here in game 4.
Agreed. They were doing really good. Flow's kind of getting his flow back. He's getting good scores, good defense, and now we see that going into game 4, going to start fresh, and maybe we'll go 4 minutes without scoring again. But still, it comes down to who scores the first goal.
Yeah, it definitely seems like the hothead has rode a little bit more with the first team to score here in this series, but like I've said it once and I'll say it again, anything can happen on any given day. Will it be the Burnsville Inferno, or will it be the Des Moines Derecho here in game 4?
Let's see. As we go for the kickoff, we see Derecho's Rizzer gets it, but Checkers gets back, and Mimic nearly gets it over. He comes back around to get it. Gavalanche with the first score in 12 seconds.
And I'm just going to call it a caster curse. Even though Wolf Cast isn't here, As soon as they said take down the mighty Gavalanche, Gavalanche scored. So I'm going to call out the caster curse on you, buddy.
Yep. Doesn't always have to be the same person. It just has to be the same title. We're both casters. Now, the same curse. Mimic scores again within 4 seconds.
Like an on-off switch here. The Burnsville, they're hot, they're not. They're hot, they're not. And right now, they are back to being hot. But let's see if that Derecho can cool them down.
2 very fast scores by Mimic and Gavalanche. Gavalanche sets it up for another quick score. The Inferno's starting to roar. Fire is going.
Everybody point at Wolf and boo this man. I'm just joking. Gavalanche, great goal on that one. But as soon as Wolf calls out your name, you show up. And that's what we love to see. Get called out, you show up.
Yep, and almost a score by Obvious, but Mimic goes up and clears it. Gavalanche there, but Rizzer gets it first. Mimic almost bounces it off wall. Gavalanche there to save Rizzer. Sends it up towards the wall and gets it on the Derecha side.
Mimic's going to put it up. Checker's there, and Checker cannot get it back down. Gavalanche trying to get it right back near goal. Checker's there once again. Not able to get it on goal once again. However, the Burnsville are up 3-0 currently with 4 minutes still left in this game.
Making good shots. Burnsville is kind of staying strong. They want this game to go on longer. They don't want it to go so quick. As we see, it goes back towards the Derecha side. Flo tries to clear it, but it gets pinched on Checkers and stays on that side. But Obvious gets the clear right to Checkers, which again gets it right to Flo. Checkers gets the clear again. Then sets it up mid. Obvious hits it right into Gavalanche. Then Mimic follows up top, but looks like Flo's gonna get a clear, and now he's going for a get out. But then Gavalanche comes along, gets it in. Then Mimic steals it from Obvious and sends it right into Inferno's corner.
Gavalanche just trying to bring it downfield right now. Checker continuing it down the way. Checker puts it near the front of goal. Flo gets a shot. Mimic is there with a clear. Mimic once again just trying to get it away from the front of goal. However, Avamas finds one, and they're bringing it back a little closer with 2:51 left on the clock. Derecho are still down by 2.
They can still do it. It's still possible. Gotta get 2 goals in basically 3 minutes. As we get into the kickoff, Flo gets it right into Checkers. Then Mimic is there. But Rizzer gets the clear into Gavalanche, then clears that. And then Mimic tries to get it back. Gavalanche gets it up for Mimic again. Then he goes up himself. Get it almost in goal, but Rizzer clears it. Then into Checkers, and then Mimic. But then Rizzer gets a clear, and now Mimic and Gavalanche can't quite seem to get that. Sends almost into Inferno's goal, but sent back by Checkers, and Obvious is trying to get it, but can't quite get it as Mimic goes up for the shot he made very high.
All right, Gavalanche is kind of staying steady. They're over on the right side. Tries to get a shot on goal. Not enough. Mimic now pushing it down. Checker with the cross shot and shoots it too far wide. That would have been a little bit more comfort. There's still plenty of time for the Derecho to potentially come back here in Game 4. But it's looking a little bit more like we'll be having a Game 5 here in this series as Burnsville are riding the hot hand and holding on.
Yep, now going into Inferno side, we see Risser gets it right in between the 2 Inferno players and gets the goal.
You know, I'm just going to let you keep talking because apparently when I say things, the opposite happens and I keep on putting my foot in my mouth. Because once again, as soon as I said Burnsville are holding on, Derecho come right back, and now they're within 1:39 left on the clock.
But as we see going into Derecha's side, Mimic and Checkers are both right there. But Flo and Rizzer getting good clears. Obvious goes for it, goes a little too high, and almost gets that roll 1 with Gavalanche, but gets bounced out of it. Flo going up almost gets it into Inferno's goal, but gets cleared by Avalanche right into Mimic.
Avalanche trying to leave it for Checker. However, Avamas is there to slow it down. Mimic now trying to use a little of boost that he has to try to fake out the defender. Now clear near midfield. Risser puts it off the back wall.
Going up, we see that it's staying on Inferno's side this time. 45 seconds left. Mimic and I think that was Checkers gets the clear, but now it's going back towards midfield. Checkers gets it up almost, but too high. Mimic goes in for the clear, but a little bit too much to the left, and Avias taking it back, but cleared by Gavalanche.
As the ball pushed towards the 50, Mimic tries to get a shot on goal, gets cleared away there by Flo. Checker trying to put it right back on goal. Flo once again trying to clear it away. Mimic with the shot on goal now. And Avamas with the save. And another shot on goal by Burnsville. You just don't have enough people to slow down that onslaught of shots there by Burnsville. And they are now up by 2 with 7 seconds remaining and looking to push it into Game 5 here in this best-of-5 series.
Ending Game 4. I really hope it goes to Game 5 because I kind of want Inferno to win still, but we see 5-2 with 0 time on the clock. Risser and Flo try to get the goal, but Avalanche clears it to the corner. Still in the air, Mimic tries to hit it away from all of them, but then Ambias hits it into the wall, into Risser. Then Checker gets it into Avalanche, which sends it flying, and that looks like it might be game. Oh, but it's a goal with 0 seconds left by Gavalanche.
What a nice shot to end out Game 4. That's the type of confidence boost you need. You want to feel like you can do anything out there right now. Gavalanche is making it look the same. And I believe that gave Gavalanche a hat trick as well as his team the victory. Actually, that's 4 goals. Gavalanche doing a great job giving his team the victory there in Game 4. Can the Burnsville Inferno continue to ride that hot hand Gavalanche, or will Des Moines State HL be able to come back and take this series? It's anyone's ball game at this point.
Yup, going into Game 5, looks like both sides are starting to heat up, but looks like Inferno might be the one that's more heated up. The Inferno's blazing hot as we see Checkers get a clear right centered, almost in goal, but Ambias clears it out right to Checkers, and Risser that hits it to a wall, which hits it right into Mimic. Going up, but not quite low enough, and Risser gets a clear right to Gavalanche, tries to turn it around, gets it over Avias, then cleared by Flo right to Mimic, sends it back, but not quite low enough.
And Checker now they're trying to push it back to Gavalanche. Gavalanche met by Avamas, booms it downfield. Risser missing the opportunity there. Mimic's just going to take it, drive it over to Gavalanche, who clears it downfield. Continuation, trying to get some setup in front of goal, and Risser gets the save.
Yep, now going down to Inferno's side, we see Risser following the ball, but goes right to Gavalanche. And Gavalanche hits it up, down, tries to get it centered. Risser's right there. Checker's trying to get it. Flo hits it right under him. And Gavalanche clears it right to the left, their left wall. Then goes up right to Avias, which almost gets it in goal, but Gavalanche hits the clear almost to Checker. Risser tries to get it out, and he does.
Everything comes down to this. You either win it or you lose it, and you take all the points or you get nothing. If you are the Derecho or Burnsville, you got to be feeling it right now, especially if you're Checker out in Burnsville. And right now is your time to really just do what you do best and find a way to form in with your team and just make something happen. Gavalanche passed it over to Mimic. However, Flo meets him in the corner. Gavalanche with a shot on goal, just narrow.
Now we see that Checkers is trying to get it. Avias with another good clear. Risser backing that up. But Mimic gets it up to the corner. Avias gets it almost into Checkers, but Checkers nearly misses it. Mimic following the ball with Gavalanche on it, and then stealing it from Flo, goes right to Avios into Rizzer, and Avios almost just hits a little to the left, but now Flo backing it up, but doesn't go low enough, and Gavalanche gets it right into Rizzer, which gets it up and towards Inferno's half the field.
Mimic gets up there, gets the clear on it. Good save. Gavalanche up trying to slow down Flo, gets in the way to disrupt him just enough. Avamas putting it back towards the corner, and a shot near goal, but not enough as Mimic pushes it away. It is heating up in here, but is it heating up for Burnsville or is it heating up for Derecho? One team has to break through and one team has to give as Flo gets it past.
Very close goal. Almost got cleared by Checker, I think that was, but doesn't quite get there in time.
Still anyone's ball game. However, Derecho up by 1 with roughly less than 2 minutes remaining. Do the Burnsville Inferno have what it takes, or will the Derecho seal the deal?
I don't know, staying on Derecho's side. Almost got in goal, but then cleared. Now Mimic shooting it, but cleared by Ambiance. Now Checkers trying to roll it in front, but cleared again. Flo bringing it towards Inferno's goal. Isn't quite good enough. Gets it cleared and then gets Rizzer demoed by Checkers. And now Gavalanche shoots it up to Chirito's corner. And then someone sets it up to Checkers, which goes right back into the other corner.
And Flo just playing it steady there, not being too aggressive there at the 50. I don't know if he's just trying to buy his team time or what's going on exactly, but you got to start to strike a little bit more firmly handed right now if you want to make sure that Burnsville does not come back. Keep the pressure on them.
Looks like it's going to be a very close game with 1 goal scored so far. Flo gets it out, but Mimic's right there almost, but too high. Going into Checkers, but gets cleared by Avios, and then gets cleared by Flo. Flo following it up, hits it over Gavalanche in front of goal, but Checkers gets a good block, and then Gavalanche with a good save. We see Flo running it in front, but Rizzer hits it way too high, and Gavalanche tries to get the clear. Avios takes it, and then gets sent by Mimic right to Chirito's side, and then serve it back right to Gavalanche, but goes right back into the corner.
Mimic tries to get something near goal, but it's not going to be enough. His time looks to expire. Gavalanche trying to give it his all.
Oh.
And unfortunately, own goal to end it out. Derecho are indeed going to take it home.
What a close game. Very close. Oh, almost got the goal by Avalanche and Mimic. Some by Checkers too, but couldn't quite get it in there. And that's what gave them the game.
Solid performance there by the Derecho. Burnsville really trying everything they could there up until game 5. Like I said, it was like an on-off switch. They were hot, they were cold, they were hot, they were cold. In the end, they were in fact cold, and it was Derecho being able to take it home. Between Avamas and Flo, they really both stepped it up to really help out their team. Risser doing a great job complementing that lineup. It was quite the series to watch, and looking forward to seeing what happens here in our next series, the Brainerd Victory going up against the Bloomington Maulers. It's going to be Etro and Ari coming at you guys, casting that one. It'll be myself, Joseph Voice, and Red Flame signing out. We appreciate you all very much, but we look forward to seeing you guys here in this next series just as well.
Got wandering eyes that I seem to follow. Can only stay still for some time. I've never aligned with the city's pulse, so that makes it easier to leave behind. I just wanna get to know brighter lights in Tokyo. Somehow hear it whispering that could be the one you're missing. I just wanna get to know brighter lights in Tokyo. Somehow hear it whispering I could be the one you're missing.
was a dream at first. I got lost in your world, in your universe. I never thought our love would ever end. I messed up, made it worse, pushed you away. All that fighting and pain till you left one day. Wish I could take back all those things I said. I can't deny that I miss you, and I know that you miss me too. So let's get over our issues and go back to me plus you. I know that things weren't perfect, but I think it's worth it. Nobody knows you like I do. I can't deny that I miss you, I miss you. Let's go back to me plus you. I can't deny that I miss you, and I know that you miss me too. So let's get over our issues and go back to me plus you. I know that things weren't perfect, but I think it's worth it. Nobody knows you like I do. I can't deny that I miss you, I miss you. Let's go back to me plus you. I'm a mess, I'm a wreck when I see your face, and I know that you're feeling exactly the same. Let's stop pretending we should stay apart. Tried to meet someone new, but they can't compare. And I know that I'm being a bit unfair, but you're the only one that's in my heart. I can't deny that I miss you, and I know that you miss me too. So let's get over our issues and go back to me plus you. I know that things weren't perfect, but I think it's worth it. Nobody knows you like I do. I can't deny that I miss you, I miss you. Let's go back to me plus you. I can't deny that I miss you, and I know that you miss me too. So let's get over our issues and go back to me plus you. I know that things weren't perfect, but I think it's worth it. Nobody knows you like I do. I can't deny that I miss you, I miss you. Let's go back to me plus you.
One, two, three, four. Oh yeah. Goddamn, would you look at me? Yo, I'm a lazy motherfucker, that's what everyone sees. Ain't it funny how you wanna be the best, but you can't even get up and get dressed? Wasted, face it, you're never gonna make it. Rockstar, you won't get far. I know you're confused. People tell you you can be anything you wanna be. Wanna go to outer space, superhero in the streets. Damn, what a lie. What a time to be alive. How have I survived? Life's a battlefield. 1974. I think I'm going insane. I'm feeling crazy. Can't get it out of my head. Oh no, if the devil inside takes hold, then I just might wind up dead. Wasted, face it, you're never gonna be the one. Rockstar, you won't get far, but at least you had fun. People tell you you can be anything you wanna be, a king or a queen, as long as you got a dream. Oh no, it's a lot, they just wanna take your life, try to tell you it's a battlefield. People tell you you can be anything you wanna be, wanna go to outer space, superhero in the streets. Damn, what a lie, what a time to be alive. How have I survived? Life's a battlefield. 1974. Yeah, some people like me are just destined to fuck up everything that we mess with. If I was made as a joke, I don't get it. Missed the call, but I guess I got the message. Usually I fall too hard, I'm addicted to pain. And if the world's on fire, I'll be swimming in flames, yeah. Cause I'm too impatient to wait for change. But now I'm far from
Welcome back to the Midwest Championship Series. I am Ari, joined here by Itro. Unfortunately, this is going to be the last stream of the day. The last one had to be rescheduled, so that last match was supposed to be on stream, will be played off stream. So yeah, this is the last match of the day. It's between the Victory and the Maulers, and we're a bit behind schedule. I kind of want to get through this quickly. I'm just going to throw out my prediction. I'm going to say that Victory, I think Victory can take this one, especially with just like, I think they have overall a better roster.
And I also agree. I think Victory is also going to take this one. I'm guessing the score to be 3-1 for Victory, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see as the players get into the match, starting their engines up.
So both of these teams are very close in standing right now. We have only 2 apart, but only like 1 game apart, and they have the same game differential. So it's really anybody's games by looking at the standings.
Yeah, I think that can be said. This has kind of been the thing of the season, is it's the same amount of games, if not, it's actually more games because of the more teams, but it's a shorter season just because every week's a doubleheader. So all it takes is just one good day for a team, and they can shoot up in standings a lot. And I don't know how either of these teams' first matches of the day went. So for standings, this has a lot on the line. So you could see already both of these teams wanting to take one off each other. GB puts it in the midfield. Clash collects off the sidewall. GB still on the ball, though. Doesn't really get anything off of Ryuji. It's another 50 from GB. He's just taking on the entire defense right now. V15 keeps it in. AO. Shot. Clash can't get there.
Right, I'll let him know.
They're oh, your game crashed? Like, oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so we as you guys know, Rocket League, instead of deciding to actually update their game, they are taking away features. So Quick's game crashed. So we have to remake lobby. Unfortunately. So we're already behind. We're technically not behind schedule because the last match of the day should have started at 8:30. This is technically the last match. But I mean, yeah, it would not be an MCS stream without something happening, or games being late because of Game 5's happening, or players not being able to join,
Or overtimes, exactly.
Overtimes.
It would be a Rocket League stream in general if there wasn't some sort of technical difficulty at some point.
Yeah, I mean, already off that, the goal will be allowed because there wasn't anything with the players that was wrong. So it was 1-0 with 4:09 left. I think that's what we're going to be starting from. So
It crashed before. Okay. So yeah, we'll be starting off a fresh game. Sorry for the false start. We got just a little bit of a warm-up in, I guess, for both of the teams to kind of feel out the field, I guess, before the game really starts. And hopefully we won't have any more crashes or difficulties, and it'll be a smooth sailing thing from here.
So you guys didn't see it because it did crash before the game started, but already Victory, look, they had a lot of pressure off the start and one quick shot, and it was just in. And unfortunately for them, it won't be allowed because the stream crashed. But I mean, already off that, Bloomington in that first minute looked really kind of just It was in their half. It was all pressure. They didn't really have anything off the kickoff as well. So if it was anything like that, then yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like there was a bit of back and forth, but despite some attempts from Bloomington in that first minute there, it seemed like Victory was able to hold their composure and really still kind of control the game. So we'll see if that changes going forward or not.
Remake the lobby, get everything back up and running. Like you said, hopefully no more technical difficulties. Yeah, I think so far, I always find it like especially in 5-game series, it's really hard to try to really predict it when you feel it might be close. It's like, oh, victory 3-1 is possible, but it's like, oh, you're only giving Bloomington 1 game, but it's like, if Victory win 2 in a row, which is definitely possible, and it's hard in these shorter series to really like emphasize how close it was, because if it was a 7-game series, I would say Victory in 6. But I definitely can see Bloomington taking 2 games. I also just don't think it'll go to game 5. You know what I mean? Like it's
I don't
close
think
enough to do it, but like, right? Like it's just hard because like 1-3 looks bad. But in reality, with the way the nature of best of 5s go, it's really not. That's basically the same as 2-4 in a 7-game series, which is pretty solid. So, yeah, we'll see. But Bloomington looking to take that restart to their advantage. Already putting so much pressure. V15 makes the awkward save falling off his crossbar. AO tries to clear the line, but can't. Demo comes through, but nothing happens. And already Bloomington showing signs of life here.
Yes, this is the reset it seemed they needed. AO taking it to the sidewall, looking for a double touch, and he gets one down the field, but Ryu's ready to take it. He gets a nice small touch around, and he pops it up for his team. V15 there for the 50, over to GB, who beats Clash. Ryu gets another clear out, and Clash gets a shot, goes above the net, Jason's up, and it's almost in off the post, but he doubles it in!
That was a crazy downfield passing play. There was 2 redirects. Clash off the backboard to Jason, dude. He uses his reset actually to stay in front of that ball and put it away. A bit of a, I wouldn't really say scuffed. It looked like he'd maintained control of the ball, but could have put it away without having used the post. But regardless, they will take that one as they're up a goal. V15 looking to respond off the kickoff, puts it to the corner. Jason collecting that easily. They can't see behind the ball though. Backboard touch to AO, who finds the angle on that shot and ties the game up with a beautiful double tap.
Very quick response. Looks like Jason got an unfortunate flip on the wall and spun out, and that was enough room for AO to set himself up for a great double tap. All right.
Yeah. High game, and now this would be about where we left off for the game crash, or at least from our POV in the game crash. It was 1-0, about the same time, but this time with that good passing play from Maulers, they keep themselves alive. GB tackling Jason Wolf off the ball, but Jason finds a bump of his own, and Clash finds the back of the net.
Yeah, it seems like Jason got 2 bumps kind of here. He bumps GB, maybe not intentionally, but got a bump on V15 on his recover, and that left the net wide open just about for Clash to take an open shot. Moving on to the next kickoff. We've got possession for Victory, but quickly banged back. V15 on the back wall looking for a beat, and he gets it. Clash trying to take it slow here. Tries to pop it over, doesn't quite get it. GB gets a nice touch out, but Jason's ready to bring it right back. Gets a little pre-flip. And we have Ryu up into the corner, looking to take control, but doesn't quite have the follow-up. A pass infield, slightly missed. Ryu taking control, looks like he's on 0 boost. Gets a nice 50 around AO, but V15's there to bang it over his head. Clash keeping it in, and a Ryu with a nice demo, trying to keep this pressure on the Victory's half. AO with a slight misflip, but V15's there to cover for him. Gets a nice little flick, and it's enough to find the top of the net.
Beautifully placed. He didn't on his last leg of boost, only had that one small pad right there, and all the boost he had. Just well placed shot. off a slight bump pressure, and right now it's been very back and forth. Both teams really only scoring off a quick counterattacks. There hasn't really been a lot of sustained pressure from either side. They're very, very even right now, but
I know I've seen the demo pressure come out from the Maulers here, and I wonder if that's going to be a deciding factor in this game, or if it's just an extra little act of pressure forward.
I mean, Victory have had it as well. They haven't connected as much with the cars, but it's still there. Yeah, I definitely agree that Maulers extend for the demos a lot more. You see Clash extending out for that mid boost, finding a bump on the last minute, but it's not going to matter when the ball's being shot at his net. Twice, AO backboard, can't find the goal. Now it's just kind of free out in the midfield. Jason with a nice flick over. Ryuji faking it for him. Jason doesn't get it around GB though. Pops it up awkward for AO. Finds the 50, but it's still dangerous in front of him. V15 finally finds some clearance with a quick counter. Ryuji has to be there and does with a good collection to the corner. Clash beating out a defender in the midfield now. Over to GB. Over to AO. Tries to find himself off the sidewall, but can't. V15 will try to carry this one through. Just can't get a touch on there. Jason redirect attempt doesn't find its way. Now V15 can't win the foot race. 50's out to the corner. Still offensive pressure here coming from Victory as they try to find a 1-goal lead.
Clash DA looking for a shot here. He might find an open net. Barely saved by GB off of the crossbar. And another crazy goal line save. It seems like you can't get it past the goal line of this Victory defense. A nice cleared downfield. Clash with a missed touch almost finds an opportunity for the Victory, but Ryu is there to cover. Jason looking to bring it downfield, gets a 50 in the midfield. Another 50 in the midfield, and AO is there to collect the ball. Pops it up high, but Ryu there for a defensive touch.
Seems a bit. I see Bloomington make a lot of interesting defensive touches where it does. They do end up finding each other on them, but it's just barely past the Victory squad. Their presence is very close. They're reading these infield passes from them on defense, and I don't know how comfortable Bloomington are going to be making those passes going forward, because it's almost resulted in goals. And especially in an even game, yeah, I agree they have more demo pressure, but their defense looks a little shaky at times. Although it's kind of pulling through, even if it is only being held by type and super, but sometimes that's all you really need. But we'll see if Victory's defense holds up, as there's multiple shots coming through, and V15 just can't get behind the ball. And Bloomington look to take this game, scoring with 12 seconds left.
Yeah, this is going to be a little difficult for Victory to figure out the equalizer with only 12 seconds left. They either need to pull off a kickoff strat or get something to fall apart very quickly here, or else it's seeming like Maulers might take this game. GB with a touch out. Oh, you go up.
It's fine. GB looking to find that, though. AO with the pass. V15 shots blocked away by Ryuji. They're just going to let that one hit the ground and try to shoot it, actually. Get one at 0 seconds. Can't find it, and Maulers steal this game out, I think, from under Victory's noses, scoring with only, what, 10, 12 seconds left.
Yeah, and it seemed like Victory was maintaining a lot of control with the play through this game. There's definitely some moments where Maulers were able to shine. But even with the pass backs and whatnot, it just ultimately came up to a slight mistake from Victory's side to allow Mauler to get these 3 goals.
Yeah, and I saw it too on the replay. All 3 players were there on defense for him. No one was in a good spot to go for it. Someone needed to cut rotation or just rotate into the play, but they all kind of caught each other off, I think, and Maulers were just honestly quick to capitalize on that as well. If someone was just slightly slower to that ball, Victory might have had just an extra half second to jump and get in the way of any of those passes, but it just didn't work. And pretty much all of those goals, except for that final one, were off of transitions from offense to defense. Victory, despite their pressure, never really had a goal off of that sustained pressure. It was mostly off of counterattacks.
Yes, that is something I did notice as well. Looking to get a start here in game 2. And we've got the kickoff going towards the Maulers, with Jason looking for a solo play. Touch off the ground, unable to find the net. GB looking to take it out, but a nice touch from Ryuji around him. The ball is popped high above the backboard with AO looking for a clear out. Ryuji there to cut it off, and maybe a quick shot blocked by V15. Jason taking some control from his backboard. Another quick shot, almost finding the back of the net, but Clash with a crazy save on the goal line. And a whip from Clash right after, probably ran out of boost, and V15 is able to find a floater that falls straight into the net off of the corner as well.
That's very uncharacteristic of, I think, at this level of play to let one through like that. Just, yeah, Clash got the good save. Ryuji couldn't get the touch in the corner, and they just weren't expecting, I think, that one to be on target at all. No one was really ready to go for that ball, especially Clash. The low amount of boost he had, he just couldn't reach it. And, I mean, Victory will take that any day of the week. 1-goal lead right away and try to make it 2. AO try to put it into V15's car, can't find it. This pass, can't find V15, he actually gets a beat. Not on target. AO has a little bit of time on it, but Clash is quick to cut that off. Shot coming through. AO, easy read for him over to Jason. Doesn't find the double, but Ryuji finds the doink, and now all of a sudden it's Bloomington looking to get that goal back.
A crazy block from AO there, almost a shot going in. Yeah, and game 2 is definitely a very important game for both teams because, you know, game 2 is whether you're going to have to see a reverse sweep or if it sets up a team for almost sure victory.
Yeah, and I mean, you never want to have to deal with a reverse sweep. It's very emotional. It's very draining of energy, but Victory not looking to take that as they try to widen their lead to 2 goals, but Ryuji blocked that one away. And yeah, if they win this one, it's tied, and then all of a sudden it becomes a best of 3, but you have momentum, you have the game win, especially after that first game, after the feeling out stage, you kind of develop a little bit more of a strategy for their team. You kind of, like I said, just feel it out more, and I think that can lead into at least a stronger start in that 3rd game, but we'll see. It's not over yet. There's still 3 minutes left, and Victory only have a 1-goal lead.
V15 passing out to GB. Unfortunately, GB doesn't get the touch. Ryuju with a pass up to Clash DA, and AO's there on the backboard. Misses the catch. No one's unfortunately there for Clash's pass. AO with the beat up in the air, looking for a follow-up touch. It goes off the backboard, and a shot goes in from GB. Very nice play from AO to get the beat on the ball, and then another backboard pass, leaving Ryuji in an awful position to try to make a save.
And that was good from GB as well to put that in between both of those defenders. If he hit it slightly higher or lower, could have been saved, but he finds just the ball wide opening that the 2 defenders left him and puts it in a lot more of a comfortable position now, being up 2 goals in this game.
Yes, for sure. Definitely a thread the needle moment there. Clash looking for bumps on both of the Victory's defenders. It makes them awkward, and Bloomington Maulers is able to hold the pressure for just a little longer. We got V15 here collecting the ball. Gets a touch around Clash. AO up very early looking for the read, and he gets it. But Ryu's there ready to collect. Looks for an air dribble play, but unfortunately doesn't get the pop.
Oh.
Lots of weird fakes or whiffs coming out here from both sides. I'm noticing.
AO almost had that sidewall redirect, and yeah, I think especially when the ball's in front of the net, some kind of panic comes out. You expect someone to hit the ball and they go missing, so it's I think they call that whifties. That one happening there, and it's going to lead to a goal. As I was talking about it, prime example, you expect someone to get a touch, you try to 50 it, but they end up just not making contact, and it just leaves a free ball for, in this instance, GB to just kind of roll it home.
I think sometimes what happens there is the person who is trying to defend unfortunately misses the touch, but the person who's on offense believes in that touch and goes for the 50 rather than the clear out beat. And I feel like sometimes that's why we can see those situations happen.
Yeah, especially when the defender has a beat on the offensive player, they kind of are forced to respect the touch, especially at this level.
For sure.
And that happens in pro play too. Someone just expecting, you can see it especially in the air on low boost plays, someone just not quite getting a touch or whiffing, and 2 players go flying past the ball, but it ends up being in the favor of Victory, and right now they've been more in a comfortable spot. 3-goal lead. not completely out of the cards for Bloomington, but they're going to have to find one pretty soon here. Clash tries to put one forward, but V15 is there. Easily clears it away, but Jason gets a beat on AO. It's not in quite yet, but Ryuji will clean it up and make it slightly closer game here. 40 seconds, 2 goals. Again, not out of the cards, but I don't know if they have it in them or not.
That was a really nice pass there, and Jason was just perfectly ready to take a quick shot before any defender can get there. It was a really nice goal. We've got some quick pressure. Almost. Oh, and a goal. 2 goals straight back-to-back for the Maulers, looking to tie this game up in under a minute left.
V15 on the replay, at least from my perspective, looked like he hit the ball.
Yeah, there's a ghost touch there for sure.
But yeah, just a quick kickoff goal off of a misplay. And now all of a sudden the 3-goal lead diminishes in the span of just a few seconds. Maybe it's a tie game and this one goes floating up, but it's just too high. Ryuji is there though. Jason stays back, gets it in the midfield, flip reset, doesn't find any speed off of it, but Ryuji finds a pass middle, goes up high, no one there. AO, good clear. The redirect. Clash somehow gets back in time. Jason collects up the sidewall. The last attack of the game is stunted. Finds a pass over to Jason, but GB there, ready for a shot. Jason, though, is ready for the rebound pass out middle. AO does not quite get the beat he needs. It's still floating in front of that. Jason's up shot, blocked away by GB. Clear out, and that might just be the last dying embers of this game. The ball still has not touched the ground yet. GB will try to hit it away, but Jason is there. Ryuji pass middle, doesn't quite find its way through. Clash just wasn't facing his car the right way. That one finds its way, another save. And the ball goes the entire length of the field twice. There were 3 shots at 0 seconds and none of them find their way through. Victory holding their composure and taking it to game 3.
That was an absolutely chaotic last minute of the game with an absolutely chaotic 0 second. But unfortunately, there was no goal out from it. It seemed like Maulers had a lot of the pressure there in that last minute, and Victory kind of almost seemed like playing scared with the couple coming on the defense, looking like a little bit of a panic coming out. But Maulers, unfortunately, not able to figure out how to get that last goal, and we look like we're in a 2-0 deficit towards the Maulers.
Did Maulers won game 1?
Yes. So it's 2. I'm sorry, not a deficit. 2-0 Maulers in the lead. My apologies.
Victory won this game.
Yep, definitely. Reading numbers is hard. Reading numbers is a very hard thing. I don't know if I graduated in elementary school math.
It's tied with series. It's tied 1-1 going to game 3. Matt, I've had issues trying to figure out shot differentials before with stats, which is at the end of the day just basic subtraction and addition. So Rocket League players are not really known for their math. Unfortunately, you don't need to know how to add and add and divide and multiply to know how to
read a number. Yep.
To know how to hit the ball in the back of the net. So.
Oh, very true.
We continue on as Clash continues to put goals away as he finds. Don't quite know what his goal tally is for the series, but I know it's probably the highest on his team. He's been the main striker for his squad, and also he's been finding just high goal participation in general, finding a lot of assists as well. And just wanted to say something real quick here as well. Last game, a good chunk of those shots from Bloomington was at the 0 seconds, but they had so many more shots than Victory, but just the conversion rate just wasn't there. And I feel like Victory, they looked scared, they were whiffing, but when it came down to it, when they had to make that save, they did get there. And at the end of the day, that's what kept them alive.
Very true. In game 3 here, we have the ball on the Victory half, maybe a shot opportunity, and it goes in. Jason with a musty flick flying from it, not even a setup from himself, but a pass from Ryuji and an unfortunate mistouch from GB.
I question that a little bit. Don't know why he decided to musty. Maybe just trying to fake him out with the car language. Looked like he was going low and ended up putting it high, but regardless, he gets it on the right spot of his car and top shelf bar down. That's definitely a solid shot.
Yeah, it seems like in the last 2 minutes of gameplay here across these 2 games, the Maulers have completely switched the momentum around for this game. looking way more threatening than they did in that first game, for sure.
Jason almost finding another one there. Almost having a hat trick with only a minute left in the game, but... Sorry, only a minute into the game. But, yeah, still look to find another one. Clash, demo pressure. Shot doesn't find its way through. GB will get the clear out, and another touch down to AO. Big clear downfield, relieving pressure. Ryuji to his own corner. Clash doesn't find the touch. Jason finds the save, though. AO, cleanup. He finds it. Now, all of a sudden, it's only a 1-goal difference.
It's crazy how quick in a Rocket League game the pressure and the momentum of the teams can swap. As we saw last game, Maulers being down 3-0 or 0-3, able to almost come back, and then here with a pretty convincing start, and Victory's able to find one right back.
Yeah,
and maybe another here as the ball goes off the ceiling in front of the net, but Jason's ready for that one. Stuck on 0 boost, trying to look for any play he can get. Almost a doink to the top left corner, but unfortunately it barely was off. B15 with the clear downfield to AO, blocked away from Ryuji.
B15 tries to find a pass, no, can't quite get it. And speaking of momentum, I was going to say as well that Bloomington went 5 goals unanswered straight, starting from that game 2 where they had that streak to almost tie the game up. And then after that, that would make it 4, not 5. See, we were not, like I said, we're not good at math, but AO's really good at getting around defenders. Finds the flick pass off the fake and the demo pressure from GB. What a team play, and now all of a sudden it's tie game.
Such a smart idea to go for that low 50, as Ryu's the only one really challenging, not being supported there. And then it just leaves a 1v2 easy flick to the top corner. Well, not really easy, but AO made it look easy.
Yeah, and Victory looking as this game 2, I think, is arguably the most important game in the series, and this one's right behind it though, because if you win this one, you're on match point, and Ryuji looks to put his team on said match point.
These demos are really coming out for the Maulers, and it's really opening up a lot of space. I think that's definitely, as I said earlier, it's definitely being a difference maker in this game for sure. And with less than half the game over, we already are seeing 5 goals. So very high scoring game, assuming that this trend continues.
Yeah.
Nice little pass out to Jason Wolf, but unable to find a connect that there's a follow-up. Ryuji with the catch. A little bit of a whiff from GB. And Ryuji looking to pinch it middle, but unfortunately it's not on net. Ryuji just on the ball, relentlessly getting dunks and fakes and 50s.
GB, yeah, and he took it all the way downfield, but it didn't amount to anything. The clear goes the other way, and they almost find a goal. Jason, he tries to find one here, but AO just gets there in time. A bit awkward in the net, but doesn't matter. GB downfield, testing Jason Wolf, pops it away. V15's there for the rebound, puts it high. Is anyone there? No, this bounces dangerously out middle, but both Victory players bumping each other in the corner. AO will swoop in to keep it in. Ryuji, that's a good touch out. Jason goes up high. Ryuji with the follow to the backboard. Does he have a double tap? GB will intercept in time. Gets it past Clash. Counterattack. But Jason will prevent that. A counterattack. Pass up to Ryuji. Carries it nicely off the sidewall. Beautiful delay foot bar down. And what an amazing passing play and an amazing finish from Ryuji to put them up by 2 goals.
Yeah, it looks like this game is a game of 2s. We have 2 goals scored by Maulers, answered by 2 from Victory, and then 2 more by Maulers. And I wonder if we'll see 2 more come from Victory now, with only a minute left, looking to equalize this and get themselves the game advantage and putting them at match point.
Yeah, and that would be a good spot for Bloomington to be in. And it's, although all it takes is 2 games, and really only one to go stay game 5, and anything's possible from there. V15 though, they're still not out of this. Only a minute left. We saw what Bloomington could do when time was ticking, and see if Victory has that same kind of tenacity. See if they can find something here. V15 trying to do it. 0 boost. All he can really do. Gets a pass for Ryuji. Bounces awkwardly into the net. He finds one. Only a 1-goal game now with 40 seconds. Plenty of time to find an equalizing goal.
Man, The twos are continuing. 38 seconds, and Victory are looking to equalize this. And we'll see if they can do it.
It's gonna be tough. It's definitely not gonna be easy, especially with Bloomington. They're so sporadic sometimes with how fast they can bring the ball downfield. That demo really makes it hard for any offense to continue. Actually sets up open space for Clash. 2 players go. Net. Shootable. Jason goes missing. Ayo goes missing as well. 2 whips coming out. Some nerves trying to get to these players. That touch goes south. Clash rotates back in time, saving his team from a catastrophe, but it's not over yet. It's still in their corner. Ayo has a touch out middle. GB shot. Beat by Ryuji. Tries to give his team clearance. Trying to secure the win. Ayo not letting that happen, to the ceiling to himself. Gets a beat shot. Goes in, and they tie the game up with a beautiful ceiling double tap from Ayo.
1 second left, and Victory continues the trend and gets the response. We have 8 goals in 5 minutes, and it looks like unless a miracle happens here, we're going to overtime.
And yeah, kickoff goes absolutely nowhere. No miracles happening.
Nope.
Overtime. Yeah,
Overtime.
We'll see on the edge of my seat. Both teams so even in this series. See what happens in the overtime. It might be a quick one.
Oh my gosh! That is a crazy comeback from the Maulers, getting 3 goals with a minute and 20 remaining in the game, and they're able to find 3 goals to get the game back. And now we have 2 wins for Victory, 1 for Maulers, putting them on match point.
Victory felt like they had game 1 kind of robbed from them, having to give up a goal because the stream crashed, but
they're coming back for vengeance. Yes.
And then Maulers took it away from them in 10 seconds left, but Victory take this one back from Maulers, not even with any time left. They had to get almost a 0-second goal and then win in overtime, and they do so in really quick fashion. The overtime barely lasting 10 seconds, and all of a sudden it's looking pretty good for Victory. And it's been, like I said, this game's been very, well, you said it as well, this game's been very momentum heavy. Teams finding multiple unanswered goals. This time Maulers finding 3 unanswered. Sorry, Victory finding 3 unanswered to kind of steal the game up from Maulers. And Maulers doing almost a similar thing the game before this with their 0-second heroics, but
yeah, definitely a big momentum shift series here as we go into game 5 here. And can I just note, I feel like AO absolutely shined that last game, especially finding that equalizer with the ceiling double touch that unfortunately Maulers weren't able to read. And
yeah, he's been
definitely a contender for MVP for this series, for sure.
He's stepping up, and last time saw Victory, AO was the one stepping up. There's a reason why, well, he has premier experience. There's a reason why he's at that caliber. And he's definitely showing it here. Really putting his team not really even on his back. He hasn't really had to carry any. He's just been stepping up individually. Almost lets one through there. Clash looking to maintain pressure, but AO is there to meet him. Jason, bit of an awkward touch out middle. V15 popping it down. Pass cut off by Ryuji, but there's still pressure. Jason with a beat. And Bloomington facing early on pressure in this game 4.
V15 with 0 boost, looking to disrupt the play a little bit. Gets a beat on 2, and AO with a 50 finds its way over the backboard. Jason with a clear out. And GB off the sidewall. Ryuji with an even bigger clear out. AO making a great save to his own backboard. And it finds its way over Ryuji, but there's nobody there from the Victory to continue that pressure. AO touched to himself, looking for a beat. Unfortunately blocked off. And almost a shot comes out, bouncing off of the crossbar. AO with a nice touch downfield.
An awkward scramble in front of the net there, but Victory find themselves on top of it. Yeah, I've seen that a couple of times happen. I have no idea how that one's not in the goal. What in the world just happened on the goal line? AO somehow keeps that one out. And it's still 0-0. Might not be for long. GB double tap attempt. Doesn't have the boost. V15 finds the shot. Clash reading it. AO trying to keep pressure. Ryuji with a huge dunk, and all of a sudden a big counter attack. Jason double tap blocked away by GB, and a flurry of offense coming out from both teams.
This is a game or a series of goal line saves, it seems, with both teams making so many clutch saves on their goal line. We have V15 looking to move the ball out. Jason gets a beat over right to AO. AO looking to take control, but Jason dunks him and pre-jumps him, finding the back of the net.
And yeah, GB just was not expecting that to be on target. It looked like just didn't even dunk him, just an unfortunate 50 kind of pinched its way through. And that's what it's going to have to take to throw a defender off. Just a slight misplay, and it just finds its way towards the net. But V15 looking to equalize, doesn't find it on target. AO was missing on that play. All three Bloomington players ready for it. V15 pop up high. Ryuji doesn't get a touch. Jason, though, lands softly to him. Tries to find a pass middle. AO gets beat, and Bloomington looking to try to take this one to game 5.
The momentum continues for the Maulers here. Well, I guess it swapped at the end of the last game, but the momentum is here on the Maulers' side, and Victory are looking for a response to see if they can equalize this up with just over half the game left. We have Jason with a pop-up mid, but there's nobody back. Unfortunately, V15 couldn't get there. Ryuji looking to take some control, but gets dunked by V15. Clash DA bringing the ball out and looking for a pass mid. Unable to find anybody. And we have AO off the backboard. Ryuji with a nice cutoff, looking to follow it up the 0 boost. Gets just one touch out. AO with a pop to himself, looking for a solo play. Flip reset. GB with the redirect. Oh my goodness.
Play. All three players getting involved. All three players getting involved. AO using every single last one of his boosts to get there. GB putting it off the post. Ryuji gets just shot. V15 just placed a shot right around him. He couldn't do anything about it, and they find themselves only 1 goal down, 2 minutes left, so much time left. They want to put the series away right then and right now.
Yeah, all three players on Victory there committing in on the goal line. Very risky play, but it does pay off. AO up from a pass from GB, looking for the double tap, doesn't have enough boost. Jason taking some control, gets some touch over V15, but GB's there to cut it off. GB finds an open net almost, but Ryuji there to cut it off. AO with a nice pass mid, Jason to himself off the backboard. AO cutting it off again.
Almost a goal opportunity. They still have pressure. Still not, they haven't even been getting it out of their corner. And the only reason why is because it's the back pass. GB off to the corner. Doesn't find the double. AO now hits his turn on the ball. What can he do? Gets a pass 2. Bit of an awkward touch out in front of the goal line, but Clash is there. Still more pressure. V15 off the backboard. GB shot just too light. Jason scrambling on the goal line. Finds the touch. AO, huge dunk. GB taking time off the sidewall, off the ceiling to himself. Double commit. Bloomington is really starting to feel the pressure, but they're going to comfortably hold on to this 1 goal lead as long as they possibly can. AO tries to find another solo play. Gets the dunk. V15 shot blocked away by Jason Wolf, who just barely gets there in the nick of time. And finally, the ball gets cleared. Not on target, though. GB looking to start a counterattack. Victory need a goal, and they only have 30 seconds left to do it.
Yeah, 38 seconds, but the ball. Victory finding an opportunity here. Jason with a nice touch, being backwards. GB with a great shot, finding the top corner, and we have a tie game with 30 seconds left.
What an angle.
Maulers,
finds it near post here. Really tough to shoot that one there. It's pretty much the only place he could have shot it. Everything else was covered, and yeah.
Maulers really, really need to find a goal here, the next goal, or it's going to be a very, very tough time for them to try to figure out how to salvage the series. A nice pop to Jason Wolf from Ryuji. A touch out, nobody there to follow it up. Ryuji with a touch off the sidewall. AO ready for it. And Jason looking for a clear. AO blocking that one as well. Ryuji a touch to himself. Gets bumped off.
It's open.
And it's an open net for Victory. With 5 seconds left, Victory find a goal. And now, for this last 5 seconds, Maulers really have to scramble to get any type of thing to happen, whether it's a kickoff strategy to find a kickoff goal or just a lucky kickoff goal. That's what they're going to need to really pull the series back.
I just don't think Clash realized he was last back there. I thought someone was rotating back in time, so he folded over in the corner, but didn't get any contact on the ball, left in that open, and that's just going to be, at the end of the day, the series-ending mistake. they had a 2-goal lead for such a long time, but Victory finding a string of goals yet again. Very similar situation to the game previously before this. They were down pretty much the entire game until the last minute, where they just had so much momentum and just were able to find back-to-back goals. And I mean, at the end of the day, that's what you predicted. You predicted it was going to be
3-1 for
Victory 3-1. Didn't really think it would go this way, though. Victory finding 3 in a row, though it wasn't a reverse sweep. Maulers looked to at least be keeping it close with
I mean, all of these games really could have been anybody's games. They're all 1-goal games, if I'm not mistaken. Definitely a very, very close series overall. And also, I want to note, like, Clash, I think he came through with, like, almost 12 demos in the series. Like, probably averaging almost 3 demos a game. I definitely saw his name coming up a lot for the demos. But I think we got to give the match MVP, if you also agree with me, to AO here.
Yeah.
Especially with that game 3 equalizer with a couple seconds left. Really able to solidify that lead.
I just think too, it was just, I mean, it's 3-1, but it's tough because it's, even if it was previous how it was where you win a match, you get a point. I mean, when every game is a 1-goal game and you just get beat 3-1, it's just like, it just doesn't feel right. Something doesn't say right when you get beat by that much, when it doesn't go to game 5, when you only win 1, but you lose an OT, you lose 1, you lose by 1. In the games where you lose by 1, you had the lead for majority of the game. And
yes,
I mean, the match Victory lost, though, it was the same story. They had the lead, they had control, and it just slipped.
Yeah, I mean, this series was definitely a momentum swing back and forth the whole time, with, like, at times Victory maintaining pressure, or actually I think it was the Maulers maintaining pressure for almost like 2 minutes straight on the Victory's defense. And Victory is still able to come out of that one unscathed.
Yeah, and Victory also having their moments of pressure, but again, most of the goals this game were just off of quick counterattacks. There was only, most of the shots that happened was off of that sustained pressure, but most of the goals that happened weren't off that pressure. Again, it was off of counterattacks. It was off of quick transitions, just catching the teams off guard. And at the end of the day, Victory were just better at doing that than the Maulers, and they find their way through the 1-goal games and find themselves on top.
Well, definitely a very entertaining series to end off the night. But with that being said, that was the last series of tonight, and I hope everybody enjoyed. And we will catch everybody tomorrow at 3 p.m. for the premiere games. And with that, thank you so much for casting with me, Ari, and I hope everybody enjoyed. We will see you all later.